Hello guys. Today we are gonna build a text-to-speech engine, a simple text-to-speech engine, and we will use Python to do that. And we are gonna use Google Colab to basically make this. So first of all, why text-to-speech? Because a lot of times you might want to create do not want to use your own voice and you want to basically create a voice that will basically read aloud whatever text you are writing. Now there are obviously a lot of tools available for speech to text, but a lot of them are actually paid tools, so you have to basically spend bucks to use them. Now, so today we want to basically create a very simple and free of cost tool. So basically we will use Python to programmatically build our own speech to text tool. So let's get started. And we are using Google Colab. You can, if you already have Python installed in your system, you can basically directly use that in your own system. You can write a script, Python script. But Google Colab is easy for those of you who do not have Python installed in your system. So as you can see, this is in Chrome that I have just opened a Google Colab notebook, and you can basically write Python scripts or blocks. If you have Google account, then you can basically ready to go with Google Colab account. So let's get started. First of all, there's a library that we will use, which basically uses Google Translate. So let me install the library in my Google Colab environment. So it's called gTTS. So let's say pip install gTTS. Now, if you see here, so what we are doing is basically running a command line argument in the code block. That's why there's an exclamation sign. And you can basically install anything using pip install. So if there's a project or PyPy library for a particular uh, method, you can use basically pip. As you can see, it's getting installed. Most of the libraries are already there. Okay, now it's installed. Let's import the necessary libraries. I will also put comments so that it's easier for people to tag along. Now, firstly, we use this gTTS that we already have, and we call we import gTTS method. And if you just hover over it, you can actually see Google Text to Speech interface, Google Translates Text to Speech API. Okay. We also gonna need, so since this is a notebook and we just want to play the audio here itself, we might also want to do something called ipython dot display. Okay, so step, and we will do import audio. And apart from audio, I can also make use of display. Yeah, this looks fine. Yes, yeah, and this successfully ran. So I have imported the gTTS and the actual method for this text to speech and also audio and display from IPython. So this will basically help us to run the audio or basically do the playback in the notebook itself. Now let's define a function, because defining a function is basically the best modular way of writing code. So we will basically follow all the best practices. Start with def, and we can just provide TTS, or if you want, you can also like elaborate on the function name itself. Okay, now the inputs. Let's give the text input. Uh, we can use language. Okay, now let's see. We will provide language, or we also want to provide a file name. And Let's call it output.mp3. This looks good. So now in the second line, as you can see already from here, we need to create a gTTS object. So gTTS text equals to text, lang equals to language. Whatever language we will basically put as input, you can basically do that. And we so you can also see what are the other functions once you just put a comma and you can see all the other functions. As you can see, there's a text, TLD, strcom, lang. There's something called slow, which will basically do a slow playback, which is already false. That's good. I think, yeah, that's mostly it for now. So, and we will want to save the audio file as well. And as you can see, it's already giving me as suggestions. So let's save the audio to a file, tts.save file name. Yeah, that's fine. We can just print a statement to say like the file was saved. Uh, yes, this audio saved as file name. Okay, cool. And now we will also what we are doing here is displaying a audio player in the notebook itself. So display audio player in the notebook. Okay. Now, audio tts.get. I don't think since we're already saving this, we might not even need as it as an array. So what we can directly do is we can mention the file name. And so what will happen is actually this will get saved tts.save file name. So this will get saved. I made a mistake. Okay, cool. Now this makes sense. Since this is already getting saved as output.mp3, so right now it will basically take output.mp3 as an input. Okay, so this is all that we would need. You can just did a blank return. That's all. So let's run the function. It ran successfully. Okay, now it's time to basically test the function. So let's put some text. Let's put some comment text for which you want to run the text to speech model. Okay, now let's provide the text. Hello, I am from Inquisitive Tech. This is a simple text to speech conversion using Python. Okay, so I have provided a text here. You can also provide any text that you want. We are also taking languages input, but it's already given, so it's okay if you do not want to provide anything. Now let's call the function text to speech and text. Okay, that's all that we need. File name is also there, output.mp3. So you can, since these are inputs, so these are default inputs are also provided, the en for English and the file name output.mp3. But obviously, if you want to provide something else and not the default values, you can obviously provide it here. And if we just run it, so
Hello, I am from Bonquisitive Tech. This is a simple text-to-speech conversion using Python.
as you can see, this not only it actually generated the audio, but we also displayed a audio player in the notebook itself. If you want, we can run again.
Hello, I am from Bonquisitive Tech. This is a simple text-to-speech conversion using Python.
So you can also download it. So the download option should be somewhere about here. But you can also see that it's in the files as well. So you can download it from here as well. So if you just click download, it will be downloaded into your local system. Now, what we are doing and how would you know what to do? So gTTS is the library, and for any library, you might want to visit the documentation. So let's actually go to the documentation of gTTS. Python we already got, gTTS Python documentation. This looks good. Okay, so this is the library that we are using, and as you can see, pip install gTTS for installation. You can use it as command line as well, or you can use the gTTS module. So if I go to the gTTS module, okay, these are the all the parameters that you can use. Text, this is we are already doing the text to be read. TLD, top level domain for the Google Translate host. Lang, which is default is ZN. You can obviously do some other language as well. And there's a lot of other parameters that you can use. So this is the documentation that you should check if you want to play with this method. And you can do this to get all the languages that are available. One thing that might be interesting is this thing. Yeah. So the localized accents. So this is very interesting because obviously for a lot of languages like English, there are a lot of accents that are there. So as you can see, there's English Australia, English United Kingdom. Uh, for all of them, language code should be EN, but top level domain, that is the TLD parameter, that can be changed. So let's try something. So since I am from India, let's try this thing, co.in. So this need to be provided as the TLD. So let's copy it from here and go to our function. So here you can see this is where we are using the gTTS module, text equals to text, language equals to language. We can provide more parameters over here. Yeah, as you can see here, TLD, it's given as com and it takes a string. So let's define TLD and let's give it co.in. So now let's run the function again. And now when I will do this, when I will actually run this script, it will be generated in Indian accent English. Let's see.
Hello, I am from Bonquisite of Tech. This is a simple text-to-speech conversion using Python.
As you can see, we changed the accent. It sounded funny, but this is actually something that can be, I guess, pretty useful when you are working with data which is very localized. Say, for example, if you are working with Indian names, obviously the uh, American or the UK English accent wouldn't be able to pronounce the name correctly. Whereas if you use the English India accent, then that problem can be solved. And apart from that, I can also probably do it much slower. As you saw, there's also a parameter called slow, which is false at this moment. We can set it as 2 as well. So yeah, so this is how you can create a text to speech, and you can basically provide any text here. So I have written this as a just a demo example, but you can basically provide any text. You can provide probably text from a book or anything, and this can be basically converted into a proper audio file in MP3 that you can use. So hopefully you learned something not only about this library GTTS, but about how you can basically make your own text to speech engine. You can obviously create this as a Python script and use it in different ways. And even if you do not have a Python executor in your system, you can directly just come to Google Colab. If you have a Google account, you can just directly create a notebook like this. Just come to colab.research.google.com and create a notebook. and you can follow these steps to create your own audio with this voice, with this text to speech engine. So thank you guys, and we'll see you soon.